we are continuing with the thing. Like as I have announced and I have made it on the WhatsApp group also, your online test will be of 20 equal marks because see, even though we are making these kind of announcements, still there are like people are asking some questions somewhere here and there. They may not be having following the things or they are recently joined in as such. So online test will be of 20 equal marks with expected time around 2 minutes per question, leading to 45 minutes test as total time. After going through post and discussion with the organizing team, let us have it after valedictory that we have come to the thing. So we will have at 2 p.m. The remaining session of day 1 that will be there, which will be by Professor Vibha Bora. That will be somewhere around for 1 hour to 1 hour and 15 minutes. So it will come to the end. We are expecting by 3:15. Following by maybe within 5-10 minutes, again without logging off, we'll start with our valedictory session, in which our director, sir, deputy director, and then Dean R&D will be joining. We will have valedictory session maybe for 40-45 minutes. I am expecting it to be let it by 4:15, and then we will have this test on. As I have said, it will be somewhere on the 4:30. Accordingly, we will make an announcement also. The test will be through Google Form. It will be sent to you, all of you, through your mail. The Google Form will be within mail itself. Okay, so and somebody has asked that what kind of test it will be. So it will be a kind of mix of things like MCQ will be there, and then again some of the single word answer questions will be there. As I have again said and informed earlier, it will be like test will be there till 7:30 p.m. It will be on till 7:30 p.m. So we will make setting according to that, and we will disable the Google Form at around 7:30 p.m. We are hoping that every one of you will take up the test and will appear for the test and solve the test as above. The instructions and updations will be there on WhatsApp group. So I request all of you to kindly follow the WhatsApp group, follow the instructions as and when they will be provided. As such, I don't find any reason to have a confusion on this end. Only a little things which is there as per everyone's posting and everyone's convenience. So it's almost, I suppose, it's almost 1:11. So I don't know whether I will be able to take up my session or not, because I am also having one session which I have put it in the schedule, which is on the human values. So in continuation with that, I request all of you to kindly stay back. Maybe for another 15 minutes, I will try to cover up which I have prepared for all of you towards human values as my session. So again, refreshing myself, I am Professor Milind Khanapurkar, Professor of EMTC Engineering, Coordinator of this program. We will take you through some of the things as far as human values are concerned. Before I begin with, and this will be around not more than 15 minutes back as 15 minutes talk, as I know that we are about to the end of this thing, and already we have less time remained with us. As all of you again know that AICT has taken initiative and has started conducting various programs on universal human values. Every one of us at your respective institutes must have participated in human values. Maybe you at any position, like they are insisting that it should be attended by all the faculty members, including director of the institute, dean, head, and then the faculty member as such. So they have got massive plan as far as inculcating the human values are concerned. So now the question remains why there has been so much emphasis by AICT on providing or inculcating human values in the technical education for engineering technical college students as such. So I will quickly go through the things which I have prepared. Now all these things I thought of I should take it from the PPTs which are available on AICT website as Universal Human Values PPTs, which we have attended and we have been posted with also. But again, it would have been repetition as such. So I started fetching the net sources, and wherever I could get the few of the things which I suppose that it should be imparted as a human value session, that I have tried to do. This could have been, if time would have been permitted, this could have been 1 hour session. But as I have said, almost we have come to the end of this earlier session. So as such, no time has left with us. So I am continuing with whatever time that has been left with us. So this something goes like this. Many of you may not be agreeing, or I suppose many of you or all of you will be agreeing. It starts with primary requirements. So every human being has a primary requirement like food, shelter and clothing. It is like roti, kapda or makan. And from there the secondary requirements starts like money, status, communication, etc., etc., etc. And when all these turns up together, like in the figure which I have shown, somewhere it relates with human values as such. So if we talk of primary, secondary requirement, needs, so from there everything comes out as what we call as human values as such. Coming to further, let me talk from bottom. We have psychological needs. Now needs and requirements which I have talked in the earlier slide are one and the same thing. We have physiological needs like food, water, that is what I have said, roti, kapda or makan. Then safety needs in from the point of view of security and safety. Then we have psychological needs like belongingness and love, that is intimate relationships and friends. Then esteem needs like prestige, feeling of accomplishments, like all these things. And at the top I have self-fulfillment needs like self-actualization, that is achieving one's full potential including creative activities. Now what are the needs of human values? The need of value education among the parents, children, teachers, etc. is constantly increasing as we continue to witness. So nowadays we are witnessing increasing violent activities, behavioral disorders, lack of unity in society and etc. So with all these things in and around, like increasing violent activities, behavioral disorders, lack of unity and etc. Who should do this? Our education system should inculcate the human values which probably is missing from the day one when the kids goes to school and comes up and becomes a citizen of our country. The value education enables us to understand our need and visualize our goals correctly and also indicate the direction of their fulfillment. It also helps to remove the confusions and contradictions and enables us to rightly utilize our technological innovation. Now this all thing goes like when we come up with technological innovation, we generally keep the opinion since we are getting technologically very much advanced, the human values are of less importance, or we generally forgive or forget as such them. But that is not the case. I am coming to the relationship between technological innovations and human values also. There are different views that call urgent need to inculcate human values in the Indian society, our country's society as such. The numerous traditional values which have been inherited from the past remain valid and true to be adopted by future citizens, but many fresh values to match confronting problem in the emerging Indian culture. Now these all of us, by and large, when we move around in the society, in the society as such, we realize this. Many times we try to take up some action upon it. Many times we ignore it also. like मुझे क्या करना है और मेरा क्या जा रहा है, but this needs to be, this kind of attitude needs to be not having it, and then in order to build up the nation, we need to take up these things very seriously and coming up with the inculcation of human values. Presently, the negative human values are in the upper side. Every one of us will agree. It may be because of neglect of value education, which created vagueness and indiscipline in the mind of people. That is there. I mean, every one of us will agree with that. This thing which I want to put it in the form of like everyone will agree, a balance between needs and values is to be there. Somewhere somebody will say as such there is no relationship between needs and values. But I will say like this. Again, the things are open. If we would have been in the discussion, then we would have kept an open forum. But since it is not like that, I will keep it like this from my side. Whenever we are keeping like needs, when needs are increased, somewhere I am putting that values are diluted. And other way, like if I am sticking to my values, my needs I keep restricted. So it keeps on seesaw balancing type of thing that I have tried to present in the current slide. As I have said, the technology challenges us to assert our human values. Technology always challenges us so that we should be confirmed at our human values. Which means that first of all we need to figure them out. What we are figuring out, we need to figure out the human values first. So that unless and until if we know the human values first that are supposed to be within us, then technology will not be able to challenge those human values as such. Or even if that we will not be experiencing by us as such. Now nowadays we are talking of, or we generally talk of future is of artificial intelligence. I will not say future. Now also we are in the era of artificial intelligence, machine learning and etc. So somebody has said, again I had earlier said I have taken it from the net. So somebody has said future artificial intelligence, that is AI, is more about human emotions, compassion, values and elimination of human suffering. Now in this elimination of human suffering is important and human emotions is important. So when we are talking about technologically advanced artificial intelligence, are human suffering going to get eliminated? If they are going to get eliminated, what about values? What about human emotions? So if they are going to be controlled by technological innovations, machines and so on, a real question is like, what about elimination of human suffering? That one needs to answer, that one needs to look into, that one needs to work with the thing. Again, cultivation of human values alone is the education. Unless and until our education base is strong and unless and until we are there with our education, the human values are going to be with us. So what value education does? Value education fosters integrity, discipline and justice as the core values, universal values within us. It develops physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, moral and aesthetic, these values within as an individual. It creates a holistic education system and it promotes the value in society leading to an individual and societal transformation. Again, if somebody puts any question as of now, like value education and etc., you must be coming to the point that all these things are leading to what we are calling as a fully holistic education system access. This I have tried to again make from the earlier slides. I have tried that at center you have got human values which governed by needs as such. That is governed by technology again, and at the apex we have got our education as such. So we can explain it, or we can see it, or we can have a top-down approach for realization, for explanation or as such, or we can have a bottom-up approach also, like we can go from human values up to education, or we can come down from education to human values as far as experiencing realization and these things are concerned. Coming down to role of education institute, so like I will supersede this because again since we have less of a time. So if I take up this, this is a kind of education what it is improving. So values, they are first of all governed by family and society as such, that everybody will agree. And when we take up the education, really, a human being take up the education, those values are improved further. So it is shown with the arrow that with the education block, the thing goes up as improved values as such. What it gives as an outcome, with improved values, we get enlightened society, ethical groups and organizations, and sensitive individuals. And what it leads to again, like enlightened society, ethical groups and organizations, and sensitive individuals, it leads to social cohesion, harmony and peace, nation building, quality of life, character formation, and ideal humanity. That are the things that we ultimately want to achieve. With this background, what is human value? Human value are the virtues that guides us to take into account human elements when we interact with the other human beings. So it is nothing but like what we are into, how we interact with the other human beings. That all reflects your human values as such. Then truly, to respect someone, one must be able to appreciate some of his or her qualities, even if one doesn't appreciate his or her opinion or past behavior. So even though you are not perfectly respecting opinions of others in the past or past behavior, but at least you should be in a position to appreciate the human qualities that are present in the other human being. That is there as a core thing of human values as such. Nature of human values, again, that I will skip. With coming to the other opinions, like you may not be aware of, you may not be conscious of, but your values shape your decisions, and your decisions shape your life. That everyone will agree. Again, I am not saying anything of my own pocket. These are the experiences, these are the things put forward by many of the thinkers, philosophers, and we are also experiencing it as such in our life so far we have lived with. The origin of term value, it is originated from the Latin word valere, which means to be worth of. And then Oxford Dictionary again provide concise meaning of it. That is a concise meaning of value. It is the worth or desirability or utility of the thing. So earlier it used to be with physical commodities only. What is the value of physical commodity? But at that time, because we can say that values were there within the society, within the system, inherently present. So nobody at that time bothered about specifically mentioning value, human values as such differently, because those were within inherently present within the human beings and in the society as such. The things started or needed to be defined, needed to be added as a part of education system, as a part of technical education system, onwards as such. The values are part and parcel of the philosophy. Human values are most important in life. They are so important that people sometimes are ready to sacrifice almost everything to live with their values. So unless and until that is there, it is very important thing in the life. Creating and setting your values concisely can change the direction of your life. That again, many of us must have experienced. The aim of education are naturally concerned with the values leading to the holistic development. And this holistic development, nowadays we are talking of National Education Policy 2019, which has been just launched as NEP 2020 in 2020 just in last month, and we are attending what many webinars are being organized by many of the leaders as far as NEP is concerned, which again aims at holistic education and holistic development. and at the base of that, it is nothing but human values as such. Again, the end destination values, there can be many things. Again, listing of if somebody wants to list what kind of human values we should have or one should have, like it can be many things, but as of now, something which a human being seeks to attain at end of the day, human being seeks to attain, practice or live with. So, being a human, one seeks to attain, one seeks to practice or one seeks to live with end values like one wants to be honest, to have integrity with the organization, to have integrity within the life, to have love within the life, and to live with the happiness as such. And again, these are the things which again define some of the things like which leads to or which gets connected to honesty, courage, fairness, respect, caring, and trust as such. Then there are some like values can be again classified as inherent values, family values, professional values, national values, moral values, and spiritual values. And all of them are getting connected together, leading towards human values as such. Then somebody may talk of like always we have or sometimes we are unable to differentiate between moral values and ethical practices as such. So morals are generally taught by the society, whereas values come from within. Morals act as a motivation for leading a good life, while values can call it as a intuition. Morals are deep-seated, where values are keep on changing with the times and needs. Morals are treated to one's religion, business, and politics. Values are personal fundamentals or beliefs or personal principles. Human values are, for example, like again, the list can be varied from person to person, from session to session, but as a whole, it is like few of the human values like respect, acceptance, consideration, appreciation, listening, openness, affection, empathy, love toward the other human beings, that all which are there as human values. Again, this thing I have taken only one thing which I try to take from that universal human values PPT which I have attended. Desire what we want to be or what we want to have. That is there. And state of being. So always there is a fight between desire and state of being. That is what we want to be and what we are, or what we want to have and what we have. So more we have, more we want as such. And that leads to what is we call as happiness and prosperity and its continuation as. The human value oriented efforts for conversion of state of desire and state of being, making oneself happy and prosperous and remain happy and prosperous. That are there which leads to human value. Again, I will end up with a few of the things. There are lot many things which are there with me, but since looking into the time consideration, we have next scheduled session. The common human values are like brotherhood, friendship, empathy, compassion, and love. Openness, listening, welcoming, acceptance, recognition, and appreciation. Honesty, fairness, loyalty, sharing, and solidarity. And civility and respect and consideration. One may say, sir, you are a list, so long list is provided as far as human values are concerned. Even though we have some of them, they are catering to each other and they are trying to make us, or if we adopt or if we take up few of the things as our principles of living the life as such, I am sure that these kind of things are going to help out us to relieve of us as far as human values are concerned. So with this I come to the end of things. I suppose it is 1:30. Thank you very much for patience listening, and I have lot many things which I got as such in the form of PPT. You can see I am going through it, but I know that we have another session at 2 p.m. and then probably all of you are again waiting eagerly for valedictory. So then thank you very much again. We are ending this session over here and requesting all of you to be there at 2 p.m. with Professor Diva Bora's session, which has been remained on day 1. Thank you very much. I am concluding my session here. We are closing our WebEx session over here, and we will be back in the next 15-20 minutes for session. Thank you very much. That will be followed by valedictory. Hala. Or band karo.